question my biology. Studied for science prodigies. My apologies. Flows and rhymes can be quite astonishing. I've been polishing every line, cause this writer's novel is published, so why...
What is up, everybody? Alphabyte here with another reaction. Today we're going to be checking out Token and his song Not Love. This is off his most recent album, and I picked this song to react to because I love it so much. Everything about it. I love the verses, I love the instrumental, I love the hook, I like the message in it, and I've been following Token since he was just a wee little lad, and it's awesome to see his growth. He's very personal with his music, so he does a really good job of basically giving you the opportunity to watch his growth, whether it's as an artist or as a person. And this is a good example of both, honestly. So let's get right into it, shall we?
Why you gotta hurt me? Why you gotta play with me? Why you gotta come back to me like you ain't just leave?
Why you gotta hurt me? Why you gotta play with me? Like, just these lyrics alone and this hook, they give you a really good insight to what this song's gonna be. You know what I mean? It's basically him saying what love isn't. You wouldn't do these things to a person you love. You wouldn't hurt them. You wouldn't play with them. You wouldn't leave them and then want to come back. So I like where we're starting.
Why you gotta hurt me? Why you gotta play with me? Why you gotta come back to me like you ain't just leave? Why you gotta go so far just to wanna be close? Why I gotta always say yes when it should be no? That's not love.
I love that so much. I love that so much. Why you gotta go so far just to want to be close? Why you gotta say yes when it should be no? I'm pretty sure that's what it said. But yeah, these are all the things that are basically describing what love isn't. Why you gotta come back? Why you ain't just like acting like you ain't just leave? Like why? Like come on now! Like you shouldn't be doing these things. This is painful. All of this stuff hurts a person. It takes a toll on them. It's emotionally taxing. And this instrumental is just fucking solid. Like this song makes me emotional. In like a really good way, not in a sad way. It just it brings out feelings. It makes you feel for the guy. You know what I'm saying? Or for the girl. It makes you just. It gets you in your feels. That's what it does.
Gotta go so far just to wanna be close. Why I gotta always say yes when it should be no? That's not love. Why you gotta hurt me? Why you gotta play with me? Why you gotta come back to me like you ain't just leave?
And now you can hear Token. His vocals are added to the hook a little bit, so now it's not just that sample or whatever, whoever's singing this. Now there's a harmony, and Token's just subtly adding his voice. And I love when the beat drops right there, when the hook repeats and you hear Token add his vocals to it.
That's not love. Why you gotta hurt me? Why you gotta play with me? Why you gotta come back to me like you ain't just leave? Why you gotta go so far just to wanna be close? Why I gotta always say yes when it should be no? That's not love.
You never thought that I would feel regret more than you did. Guess I know what I got the second I lose it.
Yep, that's how it goes. And it's funny. He's able to reflect. He never, basically he's saying that to his woman, to his gal, like you never thought that I'd be able to feel regret more than you did, ever. And then basically, like that classic cliche, like you don't know what you have until it's gone. And with relationships, with love, with trust, with everything that comes with that gets amplified so much. You can be materialistic too. Like there's that feeling of where you don't know, or you don't know what you have till it's gone with just about everything, right? Anything that you have, the second that it's gone, you appreciate it a little bit more because it's gone now, and you didn't appreciate it while you had it. It could be, like I said, physical, material things. It could be relationships. It could be friendships, family, like whatever it is.
Gotta go so far just to wanna be close. Why I gotta always say yes when it should be no? That's not love.
You never thought that I would feel regret more than you did. Guess I know what I got the second I lose it. Always want what I don't have, and that's the recipe to get feeling like I'm all alone, so I'm left in this room with
I like that too, talking about that he's always wrong and he's left with these feelings when he's alone in the room. Like, he's able to look at it and think about these things. He's able to reflect when he's in moments of isolation.
Never thought that I would feel regret more than you did. Guess I know what I got the second I lose it. Always want what I don't have, and that's the recipe to get feeling like I'm all alone, so I'm left in this room with all the energy so juvenile. Jealousy is my usual penalty on my stubbornness. Wonder if it is mutual. Reminisce of my funeral. I get left in the deep and
Dude, the way he just switches the flow immediately is so perfect. I love this fucking song. And he's talking about how you know, he's always left with jealousy, like, and he can't help but feel that way, and that's how he always is gonna be. It's a hard thing to work on, that's for sure. But yeah, he's talking about how he's jealous, and he's wondering if that feeling's mutual, if she ever gets jealous. But yeah, man, jealousy, that's a powerful feeling. It can be very toxic. It can do a lot of damage.
I'm all alone, so I'm left in this room with all the energy so juvenile. Jealousy is my usual penalty on my stubbornness. Wonder if it is mutual. Reminisce of my funeral. I get left in the deep and I write a text and delete it. My pride is next to defeated, telling myself you'll never meet another like me. Never seen another like me. Never seen a title, spiteful friend and a rival wrapped up in one like me.
I like that. I like that. That melody he creates after hitting a little verse, because he was bouncing with that flow right between that. Those syllables were perfectly lined up, and he was bouncing between that flow, and then he goes right into this like softer, beautiful pitch, delivering a message talking about you're never gonna meet another one like me, another friend, another rival. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then he says wrapped up in one like me. So he's talking about all these traits that he has, and he's saying that you're never gonna find another person like him. And it sounds so good. Like, everything about this song, everything comes together so well between the message, the instrumental, the way his vocals are laying down, the way he's delivering all of it. And he's got like such a soft tone when even when he's rapping, like all this energy so juvenile, like, you know what I mean? And then reminisce at my funeral. Like, it's just those beautiful, beautiful introspective lines, and he's saying them because Token, you know, he's usually just a heavy bar spitter, and you can hear the energy. It's like ramped all the way up in a lot of his songs, between the beat and between his vocals and shit, that aggressive style. But this one, no, not like that at all. Not like that at all.
Telling myself you'll never meet another like me. Never seen another like me. Never seen a title, spiteful friend and a rival.
Yeah, entitled, spiteful friend and a rival. You know what I mean? He's talking about the goods and the bads. He's saying he's got all of it. You know, it's all wrapped up into one.
Never seen another like me. Never seen a title, spiteful friend and a rival wrapped up in one like me. Baby, I'm so indecisive, I don't even know the game I try to play. I open a door for you and tell you you better stay.
I like that. I'm so indecisive, I don't even know the game I'm trying to play. I open up the door for you, but try to get you to stay. That might not be exactly what he said, but for the most part. So he's talking about, like, he's got these mixed feelings. He doesn't even know the game he's trying to play. You know what I'm saying? Like, there is no, he doesn't know what's right. He doesn't even know how to move through this relationship. Earlier he talked about, I'll write out a text and delete it. My pride is defeated. So he's able to recognize that, though. He's able to recognize these feelings and his actions and the effect that has on him and with the person he's in a relationship with. So he's able to at least, like, that's the first step to changing, is being able to recognize these feelings and these actions and understand that they're not good for you or the person you're with. But yeah, that's such a strong line. I love that. I don't even know the game I'm trying to play. I'm so indecisive. I open up the door for you, but I expect you to stay. Again, I'm butchering these lyrics probably, but that's what he's saying essentially.
Indecisive, I don't even know the game I try to play. I open a door for you and tell you you better stay.
I'll tell you you better stay. Yeah, so that's an even more powerful delivery with that line. He's telling you better stay. I'm opening the door, but I'm telling you better stay. Like, again, that indecisiveness. It's almost like he's giving you the opportunity to leave, but he wants you to stay. So it's a crazy mixed feeling. You know what I mean? Like, there's no other way to explain it, but the way he lays it down explains it perfectly well.
Decisive, I don't even know the game I try to play. I open a door for you and tell you you better stay. I let you be all alone till I feel I made a mistake, then come and find you again till you're left with nothing to say. But
why you gotta hurt me? Why you gotta play with me?
Man, that's interesting. That's you can interpret that a couple of different ways. Let's run it back one more time.
for you and tell you you better stay. I let you be all alone till I feel I made a mistake, then come and find you again till you're left with nothing to say. But
All right, so basically what I hear that is there's a situation that led up to that, or there's something that happened that led up to that situation, meaning he's going to leave you alone until he feels like he made a mistake, and that could be as the mistake was leaving him or leaving her alone. That choice alone was the mistake, or he lets you alone because at one point you guys were arguing about something that happened, then he walks away, and then he realizes that he did make the mistake that caused that argument. So we'll see. I'd love to know what you guys think.
you be all alone till I feel I made a mistake, then come and find you again till you're left with nothing to say.
And okay, so that last line right there, he'll come and find you again. So after he left you alone, until you have nothing else to even say. So the damage is too great already. There was too much time spent letting her be alone with her thoughts, or she said everything she had to say in the conversation that led to you leaving her alone. So again, it's a beautiful thing because it's you can interpret it a bunch of different ways. There's a lot of different ways you can take this, but at the end of the day, it's not too big of an interpretation. The field is narrowed a little bit. That field of view, you get a grip of what he's talking about, because a lot of us have gone through these things, and maybe some of us haven't, obviously, but this is something that is relatable for me. I mean, I've had one toxic relationship my whole life, just one, and this is definitely something I can relate to, and that's why I was able to bring out those very specific things about maybe what caused that isolation to occur, where he leaves her and then he comes back to talk after he realized he made a mistake, but you don't know whether it's because the mistake is that he left her alone and he shouldn't have done that to begin with, or until he realizes that what they argued about that led her to be making that, or to be left alone, and and then he realized, okay, you're right, I did make a mistake, so let's talk about it. But by the time you get to that point, there's nothing for her to say.
Why you gotta hurt me? Why you gotta play with me? Why you gotta come back to me like you ain't just leave? Why you gotta go so far just to wanna be close? Why I gotta always say yes when it should be no? That's not love.
I remember when you were embarrassed to take me into the crib. Asked you why you tripping, you say cause it ain't so big.
And you know what? You gotta be supportive in those kind of situations. And if there's any form of insecurity that your partner has, you gotta be supportive, and you just gotta try to understand. You don't have to, or at least right off the bat, you don't have to reassure them that it's something that they shouldn't be afraid of, because their feelings are justified, right? So you got to get them comfortable and just accept the fact that it is what it is, and then you can get them to understand that it's not a big deal to you and it doesn't matter. Tripping over how big your house is, and you're ashamed of it because of who you're with, maybe is successful or anything. Everyone's at a different point in their lives, and that's on an individual standpoint. And so of course your parents' house, your parents, that's the same thing. That relationship, your parents' love, that's their individual thing. They're at a certain point in their life, so you can't be comparing the point you are in your life to someone else's ever.
But when you were embarrassed to take me into the crib, asked you why you tripping, you say cause it ain't so big. That shit really hurt me, it had me thinking in depth. Am I now the person that's way too hard to impress, babe?
And there you go. Like, he's even talking about how hearing something like that made him realize that first off, he's gonna think in depth into it, and it's gonna make him realize, am I too big to impress? Do I have too much success? Do I, is this level of fame putting me on a pedestal that people are comparing themselves to, even something like a relationship? So it's a really awesome thing that he's able to talk about this, and he's at a young age to where he can talk about this, and it's something that if he hadn't realized this early in his life, then, you know, he could spend a number of years where he didn't realize that, and he's not able to comfort the person he's with and reassure them that that's not a big deal to him.
That shit really hurt me, it had me thinking in depth. Am I now the person that's way too hard to impress? Baby, last thing I wanted to do is make you feel you ain't enough, too far from the truth. I used to tell you you're a prize, but the reality is you don't deserve someone who tells you you deserve someone who makes you believe it. And I believe that you'll never meet another.
And that's a really good point. And he talks about how that you're not enough is far from the truth. I've always told you that you're a prize, and you actually, in reality, you deserve someone that makes you believe that, and you shouldn't just have to be told that. You should be with someone that makes you believe that. You shouldn't be with someone that just has to tell you that. And that's very mature, and that's a very impactful line. And I like how it immediately bleeds into I think it's a bridge. I can't tell, because why you gotta love me? Why you gotta play with me? That's the hook, and it sounds like this. Where he talks about his traits. You never find a friend or a rival. You know, I mean, like, wrapped up in one like me. This sounds like a bridge.
You deserve someone who tells you you deserve someone who makes you believe it. And I believe that you'll never meet another like me. Never seen another like me. Never seen regretful, stressful, failure, successful, wrapped up in one like me.
And it's cool because he changed the lyrics right there. You know what I mean? Failure, successful, stressful, wrapped up in one like me. Again, I'm butchering these lyrics a little bit, but you get what I'm talking about. You know what the point of the song we're at. But it's really cool that he changed the lyrics, but he kept that exact same rhyme scheme and that, or at least the flow. The flow is the exact same. I don't know about the rhyme scheme, but it's very, very similar to the rhymes themselves. But he's able to create a different bridge for this different part of the song, which is really dope. Really dope. It speaks to his artistry. It speaks to the depth of his writing. Fantastic.
Never seen regretful, stressful, failure, successful, wrapped up in one like me. And I know you need to get your space, get your reach, get your mind off of me, get you independent on it, ending on a civil peace. And even though it's harder than ever for me to let you leave, think it's been enough times that you had to say to me.
And there you go. And that's another really mature perspective to have. He's letting her know that I get that you need to get your space, you need to get your reach, you need to get your head off of me so we can have civil peace, you know what I mean? So that way, if this does end, you're in a place where it doesn't end in a toxic way. It ends in a mature way where you guys can both go your separate directions, and you guys can have a form of peace within each other, and as individuals and towards each other. As a relationship for a whole.
I know it's harder than ever for me to let you leave. Think it's been enough times that you had to say to me,
why you gotta hurt me? Why you gotta play with me?
And that's a really dope way to lead into that final hook. Him saying, while I can acknowledge all these things, I also understand, like, this is going to be one of the hardest things ever to let you leave, but you shouldn't have to say all these things again. And then it bleeds into the hook. You know what I mean? Why you gotta hate, or why you gotta love me? Why you gotta play with me? You know what I mean? Like, it's really cool. It's really cool how he's using this hook as the words for the girl in the relationship that he's with.
Times that you had to say to me,
why you gotta hurt me? Why you gotta play with me? Why you gotta come back to me like you ain't just late? Why you gotta go so far just to wanna be close? Should be no, that's not love.
Very dope song. It honestly reminds me of Mac Miller a little bit. I like the way he used the woman's vocals. You had a conversation on the right side, you had a conversation on the left side, and she's just talking about basically all these different circumstances that she's in, almost like she's leaving a voicemail, or as if she's speaking to him in a live context where, you know, she's saying, I just did this for you, I've got this going on, you know what I mean? Like, you've got all these different separate conversations in both of your ears. And it's really dope. It's really dope. So that was Token, Not Love. If you guys enjoyed the song, make sure you check it out. I'll have a link to the song in the description of this reaction, as well as a link to his channel. And shout out to our boy. He's over a million subscribers, which is awesome. But yeah, this is from the album Pink is Better. Came out about a year ago or so. And if you enjoyed the reaction, make sure you like the video and subscribe if that interests you. You guys already know how we do it around here, though. Until next time, y'all, doses.
I kept clenching both my fists and all the anger I had whipping. Then one day I sat and listened. Eminem was on and ripping like he wasn't on a mission to get sober. Had conviction, had some power in his image.